Hi everyone. All right, here we go. Again, we're going to continue with our right triangle trig that we're learning. We're only got 3 problems, so this is going to be really quick notes. We're going to start off with number 1, just kind of a real quick refresher on last week, which was finding the missing side of a right triangle. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to look at our acute angle, which was 43 degrees, and we want to figure out from there what sides do we have. Well, we're looking for this side over here. That's the opposite. And we have this side here, which is the hypotenuse. So which trig function has opposite and hypotenuse in it? Well, that will be sine. So we solved this last week by saying sine of 43 is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is x, hypotenuse is 12. All right, we've got to get x by itself. So we're going to multiply both sides by 12. So we end up with 12 sine of 43 is equal to x. Now, remember, when you put this in your calculator, if you have the calculator that I had in the classroom, you had to go backwards. You had to put in the 43 first, then hit the sine button, then multiply it by 12. And if you've got it in your calculator correctly, you should get approximately 8.2, and our measurement is feet. Okay, so that was our quick review. Now 2 and 3, the difference is now we're looking for an angle instead of a side measure. So on number 2, if you look right here, we're looking for this angle x. So we got to figure out, which trig function it is by looking at what sides they give us. We are given this side, and we're given this side. Well, this is the hypotenuse, and that means this is the adjacent. So which trig function is adjacent and hypotenuse? All right, the trig function that goes with adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So the way we would write this problem is cosine of x, because we don't know the angle, is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So that's 12 over 19. Now, what we have to do is we have to get that cosine away from the x. And the way that we're going to do that is what's called inverse cosine. So to get x by itself, we have x equals, cosine is going to move to the other side, but it's going to be raised to the negative 1 power. And the way that we say that is inverse cosine. And then we have a 12 over 19. Okay, now that x by itself, we're going to let our calculator do the rest of the work. Now let me bring up my calculator here. Okay, we have, if you look above the cosine button on the calculator, let me see if it's going to let me write on it. No, I don't know purple. Right here is cosine raised to the negative 1. Oops, I was trying to make it bigger, but it's not letting me. Okay, so right above that is cosine raised to the negative 1. That's the button that we need. So what you're going to have to do is, in your calculator, I need you to put in, you also have to work this one backwards. Okay, so put in 12 divided by 19. So you're going to do 12 divided by 19 first. Hit equals. All right, then you're going to hit the second button, and then your cosine button. All right, so looking at this picture again, you're going to put in 12 divided by 19, make sure you hit equals. Then you're going to hit the second button in your cosine button, which is going to give you the inverse cosine function. And if you've got it in right, you're going to go approximately, should have ended up with 50.8. Now, this time we're not looking for a length, we're looking for an angle measure, so that means we need to put a little degree symbol on there. So it's approximately 50.8 degrees. All right, we've got one more to go. All right, so we're going to look. Here's our angle measure that we're looking for. And so let's figure out what sides we have. That one, I have that one. Okay, this one's straight across from it, so this is opposite. All right, and this one's not the hypotenuse, so it's adjacent. So the trig function that has opposite and adjacent is tangent. So the tangent of x is equal to opposite over adjacent, 7.8 over 5.1. Okay, to get the x by itself, we're going to use inverse tangent on the other side. That's tangent raised to the negative 1. All right, now in order to get this in correctly in our calculator, you're going to have to put in 5.1 divided by 7.8. Make sure you hit equals. After that, hit your second button and your tangent button, and if you've got it in correctly, you should get approximately 56.8. This is an angle measure, so it's degrees. Okay, hey, if you guys have any questions, you want to text me at any time, 321-426-8310. If you just want to text me and say, hey, Miss Tyler, what's up? I hope you're doing well. I'd love to hear from you, even if it's not a math question. All right, miss you guys. Can't believe I'm not going to see your faces. Love you all. Bye.